All right, let's unpack this. Just imagine for a second, you're scrolling online, maybe, looking for a job,
Yeah.
or maybe just browsing, and bam, you see something that looks absolutely perfect, a dream job offer, maybe a fantastic deal on something.
Hmm.
Or perhaps you get a message, right? An urgent alert. Looks exactly like it's from your bank. Or, and this is the really scary one, maybe a panicked call that sounds just like someone you know. A family member, maybe?
Yeah, those are terrifying. And these aren't just, minor annoyances anymore. We're talking about a threat landscape now where scammers are, well, frankly, they're smarter, they're faster.
And they're using powerful tools.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Powerful tools like AI and really sophisticated psychological
Uh,
tactics, and they're targeting you.
That's right. And the source material we've been looking at, it paints a pretty stark picture, doesn't it?
It really does. I mean, it highlights a truly staggering scale here. Globally, scam losses topping $1 trillion last year. A
Yeah.
trillion. And if you bring it closer to home, the material points out that over 1 in 3 U.S. adults, they face some kind of financial fraud.
1 in 3.
It's huge. And
That's
these
a
aren't your, old school, easy to spot cons anymore. The source is very clear on this. These are high-tech, incredibly convincing schemes.
Designed to do what exactly?
Well, basically exploit trust, create a sense of urgency, and honestly, empty your accounts before you even realize what's hit you.
Right. So our mission in this deep dive is really to walk you through this source material. We want to expose the top scams, the material flags, as being, well, the biggest threats right now in 2025.
Mm-hmm. Identify those warning signs.
Exactly. Highlight the specific warning signs the source tells us to watch out for, and crucially, give you those concrete, practical steps, again, straight from the material on how to protect yourself, protect your money.
Think of this as kind of your essential briefing, yeah, for navigating these new threats, these AI-boosted, psychologically targeted scams.
Yeah, briefing is a good word. Because what's really alarming in the source's analysis is how much AI has changed the game.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just about automating simple stuff for scammers now.
Mm.
AI is being used to craft these traps that are, well, hyper-realistic. They're tailored to you
And they exploit trust, exploit urgency.
incredibly effectively. The material really emphasizes that this makes it so much harder to tell what's real and what's fake. And their end game, quick access, drain the funds, fast.
And the source points to the job market. That's a big one, right?
Right.
Hyper-realistic employment scams.
Huge. Yeah, the material details how fraudsters are building fake company profiles and look identical to the real thing.
Wow.
Even using AI for interviews now. Seemingly legitimate professional interviews powered by AI.
So how do they hook you?
Well, the lure is usually an amazing offer, right?
AJ.
High-paying job, often remote work, exactly what so many people are looking for.
Makes sense.
And once they've got your interest, that's when the scam mechanism kicks in. The source describes them asking for sensitive info, like your social security number, bank details, really early on,
Hmm.
for direct deposit setup.
Okay, that sounds like a red flag right there.
It is. Or, and this is a classic one, the source highlights, they might send you a check. Looks real, but it's fake. Supposedly for equipment you need.
Ah, the equipment check scam.
Exactly. Then they hit you with urgency. You need to wire some of that money back, or maybe to a specific vendor, before the check actually clears your bank.
Which it won't.
Never. It bounces. And the money you wired, poof, gone.
And the source adds another layer to this, right? The money mule risk.
Yes, that's a really concerning part. By doing these transactions, sending money on, you could unintentionally be processing illicit funds, which, as the source points out, can land you in serious legal trouble, even if you are completely unaware.
Okay, so let's summarize the red flags the source tells us to watch for with these job scams.
Right. Number one, offers that just seem way too good to be true. High salary, minimal requirements,
Trust your gut on that one.
definitely. Then, a hiring process that feels incredibly rushed. Lots of pressure to accept and hand over info immediately.
Any request for upfront payment is a big no-no.
A huge red flag, whether it's for training, certificates, equipment, background checks. Legitimate employers don't ask for money up front. Ever.
And watch the communication channels.
Yeah, if you're getting formal job offers or sensitive instructions via like WhatsApp or a personal Gmail address instead of official company channels,
Yeah.
be very wary.
So the dangers are pretty clear. Identity theft,
If you give up your SSN or bank details.
direct financial loss from those fake checks or sending money,
Yep.
and potentially serious legal trouble as a money mule.
It's a triple threat, really.
So protection. What does the source advise?
First and foremost, Verify the company independently. Don't just click the links they send you or call the numbers they give you.
Go find their official website yourself. Google them. Check LinkedIn.
Exactly. Look them up on reputable business directories, review sites. The material absolutely hammers this home.
Yeah.
Never, ever pay money to start a job. Legitimate employers pay you.
Good rule of thumb.
And avoid using your personal bank accounts for any employer-related transactions, especially if it involves receiving money and then sending some of it elsewhere. Just don't do it.
Okay, good advice. Moving on then. What about bank scams? That urgent alert thing you mentioned.
Right. Bank impersonation. The source says this is incredibly common, highly reported. Fraudsters are getting really good at pretending to be your bank.
How do they do it? Spoofing numbers?
Yep, spoofing phone numbers, mimicking email addresses so everything looks official. The hook is almost always some kind of urgent warning, suspicious activity detected on your account.
Designed to make you panic.
Precisely. That's the key insight from the source.
Yeah.
Create panic and urgency. They want to rush you, get you flustered, so you reveal sensitive login details, your PIN, those one-time passcodes.
The things that actually protect your account.
Exactly. They pressure you to act now to stop some fake fraud they just made up.
So what are the giveaways, the red flags here, according to the source?
Okay, number one, any unsolicited message or call asking you directly for sensitive login info, your password, PIN, passcode. Banks won't ask for that out of the blue.
Good point.
Any urgent demands or threats like your account will be frozen immediately if you don't verify this now, that kind of high-pressure tactic.
And check the details. Emails, URLs.
Pay close attention. Look for slightly altered email addresses, maybe one letter off, or website URLs and messages that aren't quite right. The source does warn these tells are getting harder to spot, but sometimes they're still there.
And the danger here is immediate loss.
Immediate and often substantial. The source notes, once scammers get access, thousands can be drained very, very quickly.
So how do you protect yourself from this one?
The source is pretty firm.
Right.
Ignore unsolicited messages asking for sensitive info. Just ignore them.
But what if you are worried something's wrong?
Then you contact the bank. Use the official number on the back of your card or find it on their official website that you've navigated to yourself, not a number from the suspicious text or email.
Makes sense. Don't use their potentially fake contact info.
Never, and never click links in texts or emails supposedly from your bank warning about fraud. Go directly to their site or app yourself.
And two-factor authentication.
Absolutely critical.
Yep.
Enable 2FA everywhere you can, especially on financial accounts. The source really emphasizes this as a key defense layer.
Okay. Now, what about investments? Crypto scams. AI is playing a role there too, the source says.
Oh yeah, big time. AI helps make these scams look much more legitimate. They often promise incredibly high returns, maybe even guaranteed returns.
Which is always a red flag in investing, right?
Always. Legitimate investments involve risk. Guaranteed high returns usually means it's a scam.
So what kinds of methods are we seeing here?
The material covers a few. Fake investment platforms that look super professional, slick websites. Deep fake videos you might see a celebrity seemingly endorsing some crypto scheme, but it's fake.
Wow, deepfake endorsements.
Yeah. And then there's pig butchering. Heard of that?
Eagly. It sounds nasty.
It is. It's a long con. Scammers build a relationship with you, maybe over weeks or months, often starting on social media or dating apps. Build trust. Then they introduce this amazing investment opportunity.
And you trust them, so you invest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, poof, they disappear with your money.
Yeah.
It's called fattening the pig before the slaughter. Horrible term, but descriptive.
Grim. What else?
Crypto drainers. These are malicious websites or apps. You connect your digital wallet, maybe to mint an NFT or something, and bam, it drains your wallet instantly.
How?
And AI can also fuel pump and dump schemes really fast, generate fake hype around worthless crypto tokens, trick people into buying, scammers sell off, value crashes.
So the red flags for investment scams. Guaranteed high returns.
Massive red flag.
Unsolicited tips, especially from social media contacts.
Very risky. Be super skeptical. Pressure to invest fast or invest big amounts.
Classic pressure tactic.
Platforms that make it really hard or impossible to withdraw your funds. Big warning sign.
And maybe keep an eye out for glitches in deepfake videos, though they're getting better.
Yeah, the source mentions that. Sometimes you might spot something slightly off, visual glitches, weird audio, but don't count on it.
And the danger here is losing everything.
Pretty much. Total loss of whatever you invested. Could be your entire life savings if you're not careful.
So, protection advice from the source.
Stick to reputable, well-known crypto exchanges. Do your own research thoroughly.
Don't just trust someone you met online.
Absolutely not. Be incredibly wary of any unsolicited investment advice, especially from online-only contacts. Verify everything with independent, trusted financial sources you find yourself.
Solid advice. Okay, let's shift to online shopping. Fake stores, refund scams, AI involved here too.
Yep. The source notes AI is being used to generate website content, product descriptions, fake reviews, even images, making bogus online stores look surprisingly legit.
And they lure you in with crazy low prices.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
Unrealistically low prices. So you order, and you either get nothing at all.
Or a cheap knockoff.
Right. Or maybe worse, the fake site just steals your payment details when you enter them.
Is that the triangulation fraud thing the source mentioned?
That's another twist, yeah. Triangulation fraud is where the scammer running the fake site takes your order and payment, then uses a stolen credit card to buy the actual item from a real store and has it shipped to you.
So I get the item I ordered.
You might, yeah.
Yeah.
But the scammer has your money, and they've used a stolen card, which can cause other problems down the line. It muddies the water.
Complex. What about refund phishing?
That often starts with an email or message about a charge you don't recognize, maybe from ShopMart deals or something fake sounding. And to get your refund for this charge you never made, they trick you into clicking a link and entering login details, maybe for your bank or PayPal or Amazon.
Ah, trying to steal your credentials.
Exactly.
So red flags for online shopping scams, those crazy low prices.
If it looks too good to be true, it probably is.
New websites, maybe not much contact info, look a bit flimsy.
Definitely check for contact details, physical addresses, real reviews on independent sites. Poor grammar used to be a tell, but the source notes AI is making that less common. Still worth watching for, though.
And any message about a refund for a charge you don't know?
Treat with extreme suspicion. Don't click links.
Dangers are losing money, getting junk, or having payment details stolen.
Correct. Financial loss and identity payment theft.
Protection, according to the source.
Stick with reputable retailers you know. If you find a new site, research it before buying. Check reviews, look for warning signs.
Use credit cards.
Yeah, highly recommended. Credit cards generally offer much better fraud protection than debit cards for online purchases.
Good tip. And if you see a weird charge,
contact your bank or credit card company directly. Use the official number on your card or statement. Never use contact info provided in a suspicious refund email or text.
Got it. Okay, finally, the one that sounds the most unsettling. The deepfake voice and video scams. The doppelgangers.
Yeah, these are deeply manipulative. The source really highlights the emotional targeting here.
Preying on our connections to loved ones, how does it work?
Well, the technique, as the material describes it, uses AI to create incredibly realistic audio, or sometimes even video, of someone you know well. A child, a parent, a spouse, your boss.
And the story is always an emergency.
Almost always. A terrible accident, they've been arrested, a sudden medical crisis, something requiring immediate urgent action and money.
And they need untraceable payments.
Right. Wire transfers, gift cards, cryptocurrency, things that are fast and very hard, if not impossible, to get back. And they need it now.
How are they making these so convincing?
The source points to data harvesting from social media. Scammers gather details about relationships, recent trips, work stuff, little personal details, and weave them into the fake emergency call to make it sound incredibly authentic and personal.
That's chilling. So the red flags the source says to look for.
Okay, the nature of the request. Urgent, desperate pleas for untraceable payment methods, especially if it's out of character for that person to ask for money that way.
What about the tech itself? Can you spot the fake?
Sometimes. Maybe. The source notes that while AI is getting better, you might still catch unnatural video movements. Maybe the lip sync is slightly off, or the voice tone feels a bit robotic or has weird pauses. But it warns these are getting much harder to detect.
And a big one must be secrecy. Right?
Huge red flag.
Yeah.
If the caller insists you keep it secret, don't tell mom, don't call anyone else, that's almost certainly a scam tactic. They want to isolate you, stop you from verifying.
The dangers are obvious. Losing a lot of money.
Significant financial loss, sent in a moment of panic.
And the emotional toll must be immense. Believing a loved one is in danger.
Devastating. It causes profound emotional distress.
So how on earth do you protect yourself from that?
The source stresses a critical step. Verification through a different channel. If they call your cell, hang up and call them back on their known home number or work number.
Don't just trust the incoming call.
Absolutely not. If it was a video call that seemed off, try a regular voice call back to their known number. Ask personal questions.
Things only they would know.
Exactly. Not stuff easily found online. Inside jokes, specific shared memories, something a scammer couldn't possibly know.
What about work requests?
Verify through official work channels. Email their work address, use the company messaging system, call their official extension. Don't just act on a weird WhatsApp message, supposedly from your boss, asking for gift cards.
And the source mentioned a family safe word.
Yeah, that's a really practical tip. Establish a secret code word or phrase within your family that only family members know. If someone calls claiming to be a family member in an emergency, ask for the safe word. If they can't provide it, it's likely a scam.
That's a smart idea. Okay, so we've covered a lot of specific scams. Let's try to pull together the general protective measures the source recommends, the universal defenses.
Right. Because while the tactics evolve, especially with AI, a lot of the core defenses are fundamental, aren't they?
Absolutely. The source does a good job synthesizing these. Number one is just stay skeptical. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong or too good to be true.
It probably is. Listen to that gut feeling
Yeah.
and verify, verify, verify independently.
Don't use the contact info they give you.
Never. Find the official numbers, the official websites yourself. Use a search engine. Go to the source.
Guard your sensitive info like a hawk. Passwords, PINs, social security numbers, bank details.
As the source underscores, just don't share them based on an unsolicited call, text, or email. Full stop.
And practice good digital hygiene. It sounds basic, but it matters.
It really does. Unique, strong passwords for different accounts. Please don't reuse passwords.
Enable 2FA, two-factor authentication wherever you can, especially financial accounts, email.
Critical layer. And keep your software updated. Your phone, your computer, your apps. Updates often patch security holes.
Resist pressure. That urgency thing is key for scammers.
It bypasses rational thought. So if someone is pushing you hard to act now, make a payment now. Just stop, slow down, take a breath, verify.
Be super cautious with payment methods. Wire transfers, gift cards, crypto.
The source really flags these. They're favorites for scammers because once you send money that way, it's basically gone. Almost impossible to recover. Avoid using them for anyone you don't know and trust implicitly, especially someone you've only met online.
Monitor your accounts regularly, bank statements, credit cards.
Yep, keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Catching fraud early, as the source points out, makes a huge difference in limiting damage and sorting it out.
And report suspicious activity.
Immediately, to your bank, the platform involved, maybe the FTC or relevant authorities. Reporting helps them track scams and potentially warn others.
And finally, a key thing from the source material, talk about it. Educate others.
Yeah, share this awareness. Talk to your family, your friends, colleagues. The more people who know the red flags, the harder it is for scammers to succeed. It builds community resilience.
It really does. So thinking about that bigger picture, the AI, the deep fakes, all the personal data out there, the source kind of leaves us with a heavy question, doesn't it?
It does. Given how convincing these AI deepfakes and personalized phishing attacks are becoming, using all the information about us that's readily available online, how do we navigate this? How do we function in a digital world where trusting even familiar voices and faces we encounter online becomes difficult?
It really makes you think about digital trust, identity, verification, what that looks like going forward.
It's a major challenge.
It definitely gives you pause.
But, while the scammers are getting smarter, using AI, using sophisticated tactics, the core message from the source material is actually quite empowering, I think.
How so?
That awareness and vigilance,
Yeah.
they are still your most powerful weapons. They really are.
So recognize the red flags we talked about.
Adopt those strong digital security habits.
Empower yourself with knowledge from sources like this one.
And you can navigate this digital world more confidently, more safely. Protect your money, protect your identity.
And protect your peace of mind.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
share this info, talk about it. Stay alert, everyone, and stay safe.